Hello, today we're going to be looking at major triads all over the guitar neck. Now first let's talk about what a major triad is. So a major triad is the 1, 3 and 5 of a major scale. So we're going to look at the D major triad. 1 is D, 3 is F sharp and 5 is A. So when we put the root at the bottom, the 1, the 3 in the middle and the 5 at the top, that's called a root position major triad. When we take the root off the bottom and put it up the top, so it's 3, 5, 1, that's a first inversion major triad. And then when we take the third off the bottom of that and put it on the top, that's a second inversion major triad. So the lowest D major triad that we can play on the guitar is down here, F sharp, A and D. That's a first inversion D major triad. Then we have a second inversion major triad, and then a root position major triad. Then on the next 3 strings, 5, 4 and 3, we have a root position triad. First inversion, second inversion. On strings 4, 3 and 2, we have first inversion, second inversion, root position. On strings 3, 2 and 1, we have second inversion, root position, first inversion, second inversion, root position. So now we can find the D major triad anywhere on the guitar neck. You can also play arpeggios. Now the A major triad has A in the root, C sharp as the third, and E as the fifth. So here's your root position, first inversion, and second inversion. First inversion, second inversion, root position, second inversion, root position, first inversion, root position, first inversion, second inversion, root position, first inversion. You can see that I'm using all the same shapes with the A major triad as I was with the D major triad. That's because a major triad is the same shape, it's just starting on a different root. Now let's look at minor triads. Now they're a different shape because minor triads have a minor third in them. So that's the third of the minor scale. So we've got root position A minor triad, first inversion A minor triad, second inversion A minor triad, first inversion, second inversion, root position, second inversion, root position, first inversion, first inversion, second inversion, root position, first inversion, and to arpeggiate, now let's look at the E minor triad. E is the root note, G is the minor third, and B is the fifth. First inversion, second inversion, root position, second inversion, root position, first inversion, root position, first inversion, second inversion, first inversion, second inversion, root position, first inversion, second inversion, and to arpeggiate E minor. Now let's look at changing chords using these triad shapes. Now, one thing you can do if you're using a simple triad shape like this root position, and then you're changing to another chord, is you can just take the same shape like this root position A major, and you can move it up to a root position D major, and then up to a root position E major. And you've got the same shape moving up the neck. Now that can sound good, but it's not always what you want to do. For example, sometimes even though the chords are going upwards in alphabet, you don't necessarily want all the notes to be moving upwards, because you might not want to move up into that range on the guitar. So you could go root position A major triad, second inversion D major triad, first inversion E major triad, and then you keep all three of those chords in the same frequency range. So I'll do the same thing down here. Root position A major triad, second inversion D major triad, first inversion E major triad. What if I want the frequency of those chords to move down as the chord names go up in the alphabet? So say I've got a second inversion A major triad. I could come down to a root position D major triad, and then a second inversion E triad, then I've got those chords moving down. Now, sometimes you want a different sound from your triad entirely. So one other great way to play your triads is in a spread voicing. Now, spread voicing, you still have a 1, 3, and a 5, but instead of having them go directly up, 1, then 3, then 5, or 3, then 5, then up to 1, instead of that, what you would have is you would start on, say, the root, you would skip the third, go straight up to the fifth, and then put the third on top of that. So A major, you would have root, fifth, third. And then if you start on the third, you'd have third, root, fifth, and then you could start on fifth, third, root. Or if I did that on D, then you could start on root, fifth, third, or you could go third, root, fifth, or you could go fifth, third, root. And then I could play something like A, D, E. I could arpeggiate using a spread voicing. I could go A, so when you have a song and you see the names of the chords written out, you can see that you've got lots of opportunities to play the chords in different ways and experiment with your sounds, even if you are playing somebody else's song.